So we're here with Miss Healy, an English teacher in our school. What changes have you noticed in regards to the students?
Well, since well-read activities started around the school, I've noticed that people are more interested in reading. People are asking me what I'm reading. I have a lovely reading zone outside my class with a nice relaxed couch area and a selection of books and magazines. So I do regularly notice people sitting down, picking up a magazine, picking up a book and enjoying reading for pleasure.
So what was your involvement?
My involvement, I was a member of the Well-Read Committee, so I organised some events during the year. I organised the first year Read a Million Words competition. I also liaised with the local library, or Newbridge Library, to get their support. And I set up the transition year book to film club.
Finally, what was your favourite moment?
My favourite moment, well, there was lots of highlights, I suppose. All the activities that we did during Reading Week, the quizzes that we set up for first and second years, the dress-up day and World Book Day was a great event. It kind of got, it was a really fun event where everybody enjoyed it. Staff and students together got involved in that. But I think the best moment for me was to see the enthusiasm of the first year students with their Read a Million Words competition, and when my own first year English class 1D won pizza for lunch. That was an exciting moment, and I think it was something that they'll remember when they look back on their time in the school. They'll remember the day they got pizza in first year. So that was a nice moment.
That's great, thanks very much.
Thank you.
So we're here with Breeden McHale from the Parents Association. How did you hear about the Well-Read Award?
Well, Miss Martin approached the Parents Association last year and asked us would we get involved as one of the prongs of the project. So our chairperson Margot was delighted to do that, so a few of us formed a subcommittee, and then we came and we met Miss Martin regularly throughout the year and agreed objectives, and then as we went through the year figured out what we had done and what was to do for the next step.
So what exactly was the parents' involvement?
Well, really it came down to two different supports, I would say. One, financially, that we would have a few bob in the coffers and say if there was anything in particular that needed to be got. For example, couches or bookshelves, that sort of thing. And then also, and probably more importantly, the support to just try and think up of ideas of how to help roll out and achieve the aims of the project. But again, that's more on the creative side, arty, that end of it, which should look nice in the school and practical. And then things down to, like we liaised with the local bookshop, Farrell and Nephew. They were very involved with us before Christmas and throughout the year on stuff, and Eason's as well, so we liaised with them.
So how has the school changed over the course of the year?
Well, I think the awareness of reading is fantastic, and I feel that things like that, the awareness in the school over the year has gone up hugely. There's lovely little reading zones now around the school. Unfortunately, we don't have a library, and that's a very physical thing that you would see in a school if to encourage reading. So we had to sort of start thinking outside the box, and Miss Martin was great to figure it all out, and we set up these reading zones, and we're delighted to help out with that. So I'd say really over the year, all those little things that we did together, it's really to encourage reading and the integration into everyday life.
And finally, what is your favourite book?
Well, one of the things we did recently was we set up a book club for the Parents Association as well, as part of our different objectives for the year. So the most recent book I've read is Jeffrey Archer's Only Time Will Tell, and it's the start of a series of 6. And I very much enjoyed that, and we're on the road to do the 6 of them. I think we're all now bitten by the bug, so that's a good one.
That's great, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Right. This is Miss Martin, the Well-Read coordinator in our school, and this is going to be her interview for the Well-Read. So how did the Well-Read project start?
The Well-Read project started, I attended a literacy conference in April 2015, and I saw this showcased at that conference, and I thought it would be a really good initiative for this school. Our school is a all boys school, voluntary secondary school of 880 boys and 65 staff. At present we don't have a library, and I really felt that there was an obvious need to address the reading culture, and it's something that I thought this project would suit us very well.
What does the whole project mean?
Well, the project means the project is about promoting reading for enjoyment, and I suppose as an English teacher and as teachers in general in a teaching environment, we tend to focus a lot on reading for academic purpose, whereas really we thought it would be a good idea to focus on reading for enjoyment, just to enjoy reading anything that you wanted, graphic novels, very good for boys, novels, anything at all, and just to open up the idea so that, boys, you don't want boys thinking that reading has to be a really 17th century novel and that's the only thing that could be read. So that's really how that's what it means to me.
Okay, and how has the school changed from the beginning of the Well Read project?
Well, I feel it's changed quite a lot actually. The first thing we addressed was the lack of library, so we decided that we can't build a room yet, although we have plans, but we decided that we would focus on reading zones and areas around the school. I think to try to zone off these areas and make them obviously reading areas. We bought couches and cushions and very enjoyable experience. And then we made reading groups. So we had different types of reading groups, first years, second years, third years. We had a film to novel group, and we had a 6-year media and newspapers group. So we tried to tap into what we thought the students would be interested in. Then we focused on a couple of different areas. We had the parental involvement. We approached the Parents Association, got the parents on board. The Board of Management, we talked to the Board of Management about what the project was and secured some funding, very important. And we set up a steering committee of 8 very enthusiastic teachers that were of all different subject areas. Woodwork teachers proved to be very popular, putting up shelves. And it was good as well. It wasn't just an English teachers initiative, and it was actually, we had across the board, across curricular, whole school environment. We also forged links with the library, the wider community. We were in contact with local bookshops and the library, and they were like our 4 areas that we focused on this year.
And what has been your favourite moment?
I think my favourite moment, my favourite time was the reading week, which we did in March from the 2nd to the 4th of March, and I really enjoyed the dress up day. I thought it was great fun altogether, and I was actually surprised with the level of creativity that a lot of people went to, students and teachers alike. It was great to meet Hagrid on the corridor walking down, and I think that's an area that will grow. That was the most fun for me, it's all about fun.
And do you have a favourite book now, or?
I suppose my favourite book at the moment, my favourite book of all time is always Wuthering Heights. Still, I know it's a 19th century novel, so I haven't changed much, but I have been introduced to graphic novels and things that I was never introduced to before, and that's really good learning experience. But no, I'm afraid Wuthering Heights is still my number one. True romantic that I am.
Have you got any ideas now for next year, or what you're going to do with Well Read?
Yes, absolutely. Next year I feel that there's areas that we can improve on. I think we took on too much in the reading group, so we're going to try to collate them and have a junior and a senior one, and the students are going to run it. The TYs next year are going to run it, and the notice boards, the students are going to run those, and they're going to put up articles that will be of interest. And maybe the Twitter account, I probably will hand that over. Actually, I did enjoy the Twitter account, so it's very enjoyable. But so try and make it more student driven. I think we've set it up, and now we would like to hand it over. More so. Other ideas, I'd like to forge more links with the wider community. We're going to get speakers in, rappers in, writers in, and to make it do a lot of fun things, workshops, creativity, opening it up a lot. Yeah, so there are some of the ideas. I have a lot of ideas for next year. Yeah. So.
Alright, thanks for your time, and thanks for giving us the interview.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Fionn. He's a first year in the Patrician Secondary School. So Fionn, Can you tell me a bit about the Million Words initiative?
I was in Miss Healy's class for this. We had to read 1 million words as a challenge between all the first year classes. And whoever did it got a prize. My class won, fortunately. We were all reading a class book, so that counted up and went quick, and then there's a few other individuals who read books at home and got us up to the 1 million words.
And did you enjoy the whole experience?
Yes, it was fun.
And how did the class get on?
Class is doing good. It's just good.
Hi, I'm Glenn McLaughlin. I'm in third year of Christian Brothers Secondary School.
Have you enjoyed the Well Read Award, and what was your favourite moment?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Well Read Award, and probably my favourite part was the day everyone came dressed in as their favourite character from their favourite book. It really showed a community united and all coming together from something that everyone really loves.
Has the Well Read Award encouraged you to read more books?
Yes, actually. This year in particular, I've read a lot more popular titles, such as How to Kill a Mockingbird, The Hunger Games, Harry Potter, a famous series that I never really got into until this year.
What book are you currently reading?
The book I'm currently reading is Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman. Its story is just so innovative and gripping, and it really shows how great writing can go such a long way in a book. This is the Well-Read interview with Brother Cormac, Chairperson of the Board of Management. What do you know about the Well-Read Award?
Well, I've seen the notices, and I'm always interested to see what it says, that it helps grow the mind. So, and I always like to see people reading anyway. So that's. I'm not sure how well it has been, taken up here by students, for example. That's maybe something that only the students know, or even members of staff. But I'd be all in favour of it, and the efforts made to get it going have been very, very positive in my view.
How has the Board of Management participated?
I think the board has provided funds for some of the projects. That's basically it, and maybe with the passage of time, the principal will be reporting. The principal at a board meeting will always give a principal's report, and I'm sure he will be reporting on the progress which the project has made and will have made. Even at our next meeting, which is a couple of weeks' time.
Have you seen any changes around the school?
I have, in that, several changes have been into some basic kind of ones, but numbers increasing, for example. I think the current numbers must be up around 890 now. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't have the inside track on, what has changed in the classrooms. But certainly what I see around by way of notices would indicate to me that there's a big effort at reading going on at the minute. So that to me is a big plus, and I'm glad to see it happening. But I wouldn't be aware of, I'd need to talk to students to find out, what difference it has made to their lives, and if they have increased their reading, or even started reading from a non-starter's position.
And what's your favourite book?
My favourite books seem to or appear to change according as I come across them. I mean, one is a great book, and then I have a read, and then I get another book, and that's also. At the minute I've just read The Goldmine Effect. That's a book by a Danish writer called Rasmus Ankersen, Ankersen, and he got interested in why certain parts of the world produce, say, athletes or tennis players or whatever it is, and others don't. He got interested in that. And he did an interview with a Patrician brother, Colm O'Connell. I don't know if you've heard of him. He is in Kenya at the moment. He's there for nearly 40 years now. And he got involved when he went there. He got involved in training athletes, and a number of his athletes are world class performers. There's quite a number of Olympic champions, world champions among the people he has trained, and that's this guy that wrote the book was very interested in this. Like, how did that happen? And he was he left. He went to Kenya to interview Brother Cullum and talk to him, and he was fascinated by the answers he got, because Brother Cullum was never involved in athletics until he went to Kenya. You know, he like the rest of us in this country, he kicked football or he played a bit of hurling, and that was it. But when he went to Kenya, he found that was a need there. He got very much involved, and he you know, with time and effort and, you know, energy put into it, he has now, you know, he's a world class trainer of athletics. So this man's book, this Ankerson is his name, a Danish writer, as I mentioned. I got very interested in his book, so that's my favourite at the minute, because I have it finished. But until I see another book, you know, this is going to be it. That's the way I operate. I go from book to book. There's no one special book which I would say this is the book that everybody should read. Some people like this book, others may not, mightn't be interested. So that's where I stand at the moment about my favourite book.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, I'm here today with 3B, and we're just going to ask a few lads, look at them all busily reading away there like they do every class. So we're just going to ask, when I start with Kevin. Kevin, have you noticed any well-read activities around the school?
Around the school there's been reading areas which are specified for reading during lunch times and whenever you feel like it. There's been reading groups around for third years every Friday at lunchtime. I attend that. There was a Christmas tree shape of books in the front hall at Christmas time for and you had to guess the number of books, and that was impressive. And there was, for the World Book Day, everyone had to dress up as a character from a book of some description. I myself was Frodo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks a million, Kevin. And Ben, I might ask you a question. Ben, what type of books do you like to read?
I enjoy reading fiction. I like reading books that have long plots that are really detailed and immersive, and I enjoy plot twists now and again, especially if I'm not expecting it. And I like reading everything, but I think fiction is my favourite.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Ben. And lastly then I might ask Thomas. Thomas, I believe you were in charge of acquiring pizza for this class?
Yeah, as a result of our dress up on World Book Day, our teacher, Miss Martin, got us pizza, and like our whole class was basically munching up, and we just had
Do you think that encouraged you to read, Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd say encouraged the class to read more.
Pizza helps, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a million.